Alright. Movies that were disturbing. I just want to say one of my videos did like 300 views so far. One of my reactions did 300 views. I got like 6+ subscribers. Clap it up. Yes. Yes. I posted the reaction. I did it. Thank you for all the, support. I'ma definitely need it. Movies that were disturbing. And y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Guten Tag, my niggas. Today we are back talking about movies, but this time it isn't about movies that traumatized me. This time it's about movies that disturbed me. Okay. Because I think since I've seen so many movies, viral clips, and other random media, a lot of stuff that's supposed to scare or disturb me doesn't. But there are a good
we're very, very desensitized
chunk of movies that definitely disturb me on multiple levels. And when I say disturbed, I'm talking about having to look in the shower before I pee type of disturbing. The type of disturbing that would make me rip off my sister's face just to make sure she isn't secretly an evil villain or a serial killer. These movies really made me second guess a lot of stuff and look at people a little differently. So y'all know the drill. Sit back, relax, switch up on every single one of your day ones, and get ready for a show. Narrated by yours truly.
Just for the video?
Let's get to the first disturbing movie.
Okay, let's see what he got.
Wait, before I start this one, whoever was in charge of this movie needs to face at least 3 to 5 years in prison. All right, let's get into it. So this movie is about 2 scientists that are also in a relationship. One is named Clive, and one is named Elsa.
Oh,
and
y'all seen this? All right, I know this one. This is disturbing, actually. So 2 scientists, they're in a relationship. They are breeding an alien, or they're like watching an alien egg. The baby hatches. One of the scientists, the boyfriend, he becomes infatuated with the alien. They end up hiding the alien in this barn, right? This barn somewhere. The wife walks in on him having intercourse with this alien. If I'm correct, if this is that movie. This is that movie, but I don't remember all the details because I never watched this fully. The only thing I remember about this weird ass movie is the fact that he sleeps with the alien that they watched grow up. I think they raised the alien. He ended up sleeping with it. He has a beautiful wife right here.
That are also in a relationship. One is named Clive and one is named Elsa. And their role within this company is to work on splicing together different animal DNA to help them with medical research. And this is what their experiments look like. But Elsa wants to implement human DNA inside of them to see what will happen. Now this is when I knew Elsa might be a little crazy, because mixing human DNA with whatever hybrid fusion creature this is definitely not a good idea. Yeah. So Elsa and Clive try to talk to their bosses and they get denied. So this leads to them conducting the experiment on their own. So Elsa gets some random human DNA and they get to cooking up in the lab. Also, just to let y'all know, human cloning is illegal within genetic engineering, so none of this should be happening. And after a while, Clive wants to stop all this because he doesn't want to get in trouble or go to jail. But Elsa is like,
I think we ain't done yet.
You personally?
I think we ain't done yet.
So now the creature is done being created and they go to check on it. But when they go to check on the container it's in, the only thing in there is an empty shell. Because the creature has already escaped and is in the room with Elsa. And Clive has the right idea, because off rip, he is trying to kill this thing. But Elsa is trying to reach out to it and have a bond with it. So after they find out that this creature is female, they also find out that it's aging very fast, meaning it won't have a very long lifespan. So like the dumbasses they are, they decide to monitor this creature for the few months it has to live. And this leads Elsa to start treating it like a baby. She's feeding it like a baby, she starts dressing it like a baby, and she even teaches her how to spell, which is how she got her name, Dren. But Clive isn't too happy with the fact that she's doing all this extra stuff, and he starts arguing about it with her. But then another worker hears them and goes into the lab, and he gets attacked by Dren. And she damn near kills him. And I don't know if y'all saw, but Dren has a venomous tail that will take you out instantly.
Oh,
so he's
nah.
lucky Elsa ended up
She a
calling Dren
scorpion?
back.
Imagine being able to build
she
an
a
app with
scorpion,
your name.
dog.
Then they realize it's way too dangerous to keep her in this lab, and they take her to the basement. And while they are down here, Clive tries to drown her. And this is where we find out she can also breathe underwater because she's part amphibian. So now they gotta get Dren out of the facility because now they're being shut down. And at this point, Dren has aged up a lot in this basement, but they gotta find somewhere else to take her bald ass. So they end up taking her to Elsa's mom's barn that's in the woods. But while Dren is locked up in the barn, she starts to
You
get...
gotta find another place to take her bald at.
But of course she isn't allowed to do that because she's an illegal animal creature with a giant poison stinker tail. And that would cause a lot of problems. But Dren was fed up with all this and ended up breaking out the window and going to the roof. And she just keeps evolving every scene because now she falls off the roof and we see that she has wings.
Yo.
So she can breathe underwater, she can spell out words, has a poison tail, and now she can fly. That's already disturbing enough for me, to be honest. We should have killed this thing. But then Dren ends up catching feelings for Clive. And this is where the real disturbing parts happen. So now Dren has been drawing nothing but pictures of Clive, which is a weird change since she never did this before. And one day when Clive comes to check on Dren, they start dancing. And when Clive was looking at Dren, he realized that the human DNA inside her was actually Elsa's. But once he brought it up to Elsa, she brushed it off like it wasn't a big deal. So turns out the random DNA that was used for Dren was actually the DNA from Elsa's own blood. So I guess this kind of makes Dren like their actual daughter. Then Elsa tries to give Dren a cat as a reward. And Dren kills the cat instantly, and then she attacks Elsa.
What the hell?
So Elsa ends up smacking her in the back of her bald hybrid head and knocks her out. Then she ties her up so she can remove Dren's stinger. And not gonna lie, this was the smartest thing Elsa has done all movie. But then Clive walks in and sees this and he feels really bad about this. So he starts monitoring her with the camera.
Bro got feelings.
And then he starts rubbing the screen while watching her. Now this was a little weird for sure,
Yeah,
but
what is-
maybe
what
he
is
didn't
going
mean it
on?
like that.
Then he tried to drown her. He tried to kill her the first time he met her, and now bro's having sex with it because it got your girlfriend DNA. That's not an excuse. That's not a good enough excuse, dog. I am appalled by what I'm hearing right now.
So the next day, Clive goes into the barn and he starts kissing Dren. Wait,
Oh.
don't leave now. You gotta.
Alien? No way. You know when people be like, "Hear me out." You see some disgusting, weird shaped, creature, and you like, "Hear me out, hear me out." And the guys that are too horny, hear me out, hear me out. I think I know a few guys actually might just hit shawty.
See what's next. Because then they start having intercourse.
Man, they going,
And this is where I was truly in shock.
he going
'Cause
crazy
this
with
is
the
wrong
alien.
on so many levels. Not only is this creature like 2 months old, but it's also got the DNA of your wife. You also created it with your wife, so this is basically your child you're over here getting freaky with. And to make it worse, Elsa walks in on him
Bro.
mid-stroke. So this causes Elsa to run away, which I completely understand. I wanted to run away from my TV
Bro,
screen
the
when I saw
pictures-
this too. But turns out the end of Dren's life cycle was very close. So she was actually dying. And after she
Man, it
dies,
been like a
they
day.
bury her outside.
It's been like 2
But
days.
then their boss pulls up to the barn and is pressing them because he found out that they used human DNA. But they tell him that Dren is already dead. But Dren isn't dead. They look up and see Dren wasn't dying. She was actually evolving into a male version of herself. And I wish I could say it ended here.
Oh,
but
nah.
y'all niggas
Oh, nah. She turned into a boy. She turned into a boy now.
are in for a very disturbing treat. Cause Dren's male form ends up
See, I ain't see this part. I ain't make it this far in the movie. I think I found out he was like having intercourse with it. I'm like, all right, that's enough TV for today. When I was watching this, I ain't
here. But y'all niggas are in for a very disturbing treat. Cause Dren's male form ends up killing the boss, then chases down Elsa, rips her clothes off, and impregnates her with the tail. And they do end up killing Dren.
Oh no! Oh, I can't listen to this, bro. Nah, see this dog. She got taken advantage of with the thing's tail, bro. Ew! Oh no! No way! Nah, where's the next movie, bro? Fucking throw up. Ain't no way I just heard that. Is that nigga? What's that guy? Legend. Low. What's his channel? What's Low's channel? Low the Legend. All right, next movie. That was nasty, bro. I can't, bro. I dead ass like cringed up in my mind just hearing that now. Ew.
This guy right here is named Aaron. And this dude gotta be one of the dumbest individuals I've ever witnessed in a movie. I know this isn't about dumb movie characters, but I gotta mention it because this movie should have never happened. So in this movie, Aaron picks up a job from an online website to film someone for $1,000 a day. Now I will say, this does sound like a good job. That's $7,000 a week for just having to film somebody. So this job offer would have sparked my interest too. But the weird part is that
you probably gotta be with them all day. You probably gotta take a room in their house somewhere. You gotta give your whole life up. Cameraman be giving their whole life up to stop everything they doing and go record anytime that person needs you. But I mean, $7,000 a week.
The job listing is titled Filming Services, and it doesn't really give much of a description. So when he drives to the place he's going to work at,
hold on, please.
But there is an axe in the front yard. So he gets back in his car to wait for them to show up.
This a movie? Hi. Oh, whoa.
And this is Joseph. And off rip, he's seeming very weird and very disturbing. He asked for a hug as soon as he saw Aaron, and he also stares a lot. So when they get inside, Joseph gives him the rundown on his job. So basically, Joseph is trying to record the last months of his life so that he can give it to his child that's soon to be born by his pregnant wife, because Joseph has a tumor that is slowly killing him. So after that, he gives him the money and Aaron is officially hired.
2 seconds later.
His first thing to record is Joseph getting naked, then jumping in a tub, and then he proceeds to act like he's giving his unborn child a bath.
You ready?
Okay, I never seen this.
Now me personally, I would have left. I got the money already, and there's no way I'm sitting in the bathroom with a grown-ass man fully naked giving a bath to an imaginary kid.
Hey dog, that's $1,000 a day though. $1,000 a day, bro.
But remember guys, Aaron is dumb. Next, Aaron finds a wolf mask in a closet in the house. And Joseph just says that his dad used to use it when he was younger. So they don't really pay too much attention to it. Then they go on a hike, and at first it was cool. Then Joseph just took off and disappeared. And once again, I would have been gone. Aaron is ignoring every red flag that popped up. This is also why I called him weird in the beginning. He just randomly jump scares Aaron damn near every chance he gets. But then he asks a very weird, very specific question.
When you saw that axe out front of the house, was there a small part of you that thought I might kill you with it?
Once again, another red flag ignored by Aaron.
Music is one of the best ways to express your feelings. That's why today we're gonna do something.
Another weird thing he did was write down both their initials on a rock with a giant heart on it.
Oh nigga, you gay!
Mind you, these niggas met today. There should be no hearts with any initials on it this early. So I'm gonna have to say, this is another red flag. But Joseph changes the subject and somehow persuades him to go to a pancake restaurant that he really likes. But when they get there, he's looking at the menu as if he hasn't been here before. So at this point, I'm getting some very disturbing feelings from this guy. The hugging, the axe, the jump scares, the wolf mask, and now he seems to be lying about this pancake spot. Then while they're eating, he takes out his phone, and turns out the reason nobody answered the door when he first came was because Joseph was actually taking pictures of Aaron the entire time. And this is the biggest red flag so far. And he didn't take one picture. He took multiple pictures from multiple angles. And I don't even know how he took this picture right here. So now Aaron is finally understanding that this nigga is weird.
Buddy?
Maybe he just needs a friend.
You're weird!
So after the pancake shop, they go home, and Aaron is trying to leave, but Joseph wants him to have one more drink with him before they go. And like you can guess, Aaron's dumbass gets persuaded to go inside and have a drink. And this is where Joseph tells Aaron the truth about the wolf mask. And before I continue, I do want to say, This part is very graphic, very freaky, and very nasty. So
What?
don't say I didn't warn you if you choose to stay.
That's not that bad, man. Say that shit, man. That shit ain't nothing.
So Joseph had caught his wife Angela looking at animal sex videos, and when he confronted her about it, she denied it. So he took her to the same cabin they are in now. Then he left the cabin and bought the wolf mask, then proceeded to break into the cabin wearing the mask and forced himself on her. Yeah,
Ew.
see, I told y'all, this movie is disturbing. So Aaron is finally trying to leave now, but Joseph asked for one more.
So wait, he locked her in there?
I told y'all, this movie is disturbing. So Aaron is finally trying to leave now, but Joseph asked for one more drink. So this leads Aaron to put Benadryl in Joseph's drink, and this causes him to pass out. Now, I'm not sure where the hell Aaron got this from.
Oh, cliche, he's not really asleep. He just, he's immune to the pill.
Why he had it on him.
Or he put it under his tongue. He slid it under his tongue, so he couldn't really take it. So now you're gonna see what Aaron's gonna do. If Aaron leaves, he'll get up like, oh, you're leaving me, you know, I need you, or something crazy.
But I'm gonna give him a pass because he does need to get out of here. But if this was under any other circumstances,
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail.
but as he's trying to leave, Joseph's phone starts ringing. And instead of just turning the phone off or, you know, leaving the damn house, Aaron answers the phone and goes into the restroom. And this is where shit gets really twisted. So he answers the phone to talk to Joseph's wife, Angela. But Angela tells him 3 key things. 1, he needs to leave the house right now because Joseph has severe mental problems. 2, she is not pregnant. And the last thing she said is that she is Joseph's sister. So I'm gonna give y'all a second to put all those pieces together.
Wait. So he caught his sister watching this. Took her. Oh my God. Nah, what is these movies, dog?
Okay, let's review. So the unborn child thing is a lie, which also means this whole job thing was a lie. The severe medical condition he had is also a lie. And the story about the wolf mask was about his sister, not his wife. Yeah, now y'all can see why I put this movie in the video. So when Aaron walks out the bathroom, Joseph is gone. So instead of leaving like a smart person, Aaron tries to go find Joseph. And when he does, he's in front of the door with the wolf mask. And not gonna lie, if this is me, at this point, I'm throwing hands. Either you move or I'ma move you, cause there's no way I'm staying in this crib any longer with your freaky ass. Aaron ends up running away and finally getting home.
He finally got home.
But
yes.
then Joseph sends him a package to his house, which means that Joseph now knows where Aaron lives. Mind you, Aaron never disclosed this information anytime in the movie, so I have no idea how Joseph got it. But in the package is a necklace heart locket with their pictures side by side. So this causes Aaron to finally call the police, but this doesn't
Bro, he was gonna make bro his next victim, bro.
work because Aaron doesn't know anything about Joseph. He doesn't even know if Joseph is his real name, because this nigga has been lying since they met. So Aaron tries to get some sleep. He starts hearing noises outside. So he gets up, grabs a kitchen knife, and turns on the lights to see what the noise was. And Joseph is standing right in the doorway. But he ran away right before Aaron could see him. And this scene right here really disturbed me, because I don't know about y'all, but as soon as I hear any type of movement or noise when I'm sleeping, I'm ready to blow the whole house up. And also the fact that Joseph found out where he lived when he never said anything is wild. Then Joseph fully breaks in the next night, starts recording Aaron sleeping, then cuts off some of his hair while he's sleeping. And when Aaron wakes up the next day, not only does he not notice his strand of hair missing, but he also gets another gift from Joseph. This time it's a recording of Joseph apologizing to him and asking him to meet up at a park nearby. And at this point, guys, Aaron is still extremely stupid, because he agrees to meet at the park. And I don't know why he did this, but once he gets there, he sits down and waits for Joseph to come. And Joseph eventually comes, but he brought the same axe from the beginning with him. And then he proceeds to use it on Aaron.
Why would he go meet him?
Then the movie ends with him watching the film of him killing Aaron, and we see he has done this multiple times because there's tons of videos in his closet of the people he's killed before Aaron. And I gotta give it to Aaron. He was one of the dumbest characters I've ever seen in a horror movie.
You so damn dumb. You fucking stupid.
I mean, at first he thought it was a job opportunity though.
Oh man.
But the reason this movie is so disturbing to me is because you can't really tell if someone's a serial killer just based off how they look. Anyone you interact with could secretly be a serial killer. So when I finished watching this movie, I had severe levels of trust issues with everyone I saw. I was even suspicious of myself for a little bit. And there's actually a second Creep movie and a TV series about him. I'm not gonna talk about him now, but if you wanna be scared for your life, insanely creeped out, and really disturbed, go check them out. All right, time for the last movie.
What you got, man? This was the stupidest movie, dog. I went to the movie theater. I literally remember going to the movie theater, hyped up for this movie, and it was so ass. What is this? She got like that stalker husband. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Let me see. She got a rich boyfriend, rich husband. They divorce, and her husband starts stalking her in a visible suit. Dog. Nigga start stalking his wife. Would you stalk your ex if you had an invisible suit? I think as men, we all definitely would. I already know. It don't even say. It sounds kind of fun too. I'm in the corner and shit. All right, let me just watch this. Invisible Man.
So this movie is about a woman named Cecilia.
No. But what I was saying, this movie is ass, bro. I remember like being so bored.
In the first few moments of the film, she is escaping her boyfriend Adrian's house. And I don't know if this dude was Tony Stark or something, but her boyfriend works in optics and has a lot of technology within his house. Cameras, computers, and a bunch of other stuff. And eventually she ends up escaping his house and meets her sister to get picked up. And when she gets inside her sister's car, we see that her boyfriend is running right towards the car. And her sister just sits there and asks her,
What is happening?
Wait.
"Nigga, drive!" And then he breaks open the window, then she finally drives off. So this let us know that not only is her boyfriend crazy as hell, but he's also abusive. So after this, Cecilia moves in with her police friend James and his daughter Sydney. And as she's reading her phone, she finds out that Adrian apparently took his own life after she left. So this leads Cecilia and her sister to go meet with Adrian's brother Tom to discuss his passing. And turns out, Adrian had a will that stated she would get $5 million if she didn't commit any crimes and continue to be mentally stable. Now this definitely made Adrian had a will that stated she would get $5 million if she didn't commit any crimes and continue to be mentally stable. Now this definitely made my spider senses go off. Because most times when people die, they don't leave this much money or this many stipulations to just a girlfriend.
Oh, bro.
So with this money, she buys James and Sydney a bunch of stuff. And it's seeming like everything is cool. But then Cecilia starts to feel a presence within the house. And I'm not talking about the Holy Ghost or her great grandma coming to visit her from the afterlife. She starts to feel a human presence. And then we start seeing some real suspicious activity happening within the house. We see a knife randomly fall, and then the stove just sets itself on fire.
This nigga
So
childish.
this leads Cecilia to start to question everything. And she starts scanning the house to try to figure out what it is. Then she finds out that the door has been opened.
And then he just playing games. He, like, this is what ghosts be thinking. Because this is not a ghost. This is an actual man. What, did he die or something? I think I missed that part. Did he die, or how did he find her?
But nobody is around.
Girl dating Batman.
So she tries to go to sleep, and someone takes her covers off and then takes a picture of her while she's sleeping. But all she sees is a mannequin. Then she looks at the chair in the room and she's convinced someone is sitting in it. So she gets a cover and puts it on the chair, but nobody is there. So the next day, Cecilia goes to a interview And when she gets there, she opens up her portfolio and nothing is there, which is weird because there should be stuff in there. Because why would you bring an empty portfolio
he's
to an
sabotaging
interview?
her life.
But then she starts tweaking out and passes out on the floor. So she gets taken to the hospital and turns out she's okay. But then she gets home and the doctor calls her and tells her that her blood work came back with large amounts of diazepam in it, which she never took herself, which means she was drugged, which is the real reason she passed out earlier. So now Cecilia's fed up. It's been too much weird stuff happening, and she's now convinced her husband is still alive and stalking her. So she goes to meet with Adrian's brother Tom again, and this is where she comes to the conclusion that
He has figured out a way to be invisible.
Stop the cap.
Tom shows her pictures of Adrian's death, so nobody's believing her at this point. Everyone just thinks she's crazy. But Sydney tries to comfort her, but then she gets smacked to the ground. So this caused a bunch of problems. The first one is that now James doesn't trust Cecilia to be around his daughter. But the biggest problem is, who the hell smacked Sydney? Because it wasn't Cecilia. So then they leave her in the house by herself. And at this point, nobody believes her. So she's calling out Adrian looking for the fade.
Don't hit a little girl. Hit me.
She puts dirt on the ground to see his footsteps, and she also grabs a knife. And this was a solid play. I'm sure James is gonna be pissed about the floor, but this is a good way to catch someone who you think is invisible. But that ends up not working, so she has another idea. The next idea she comes up with is to call Adrian's phone and see what happens. So when she gets her phone and calls Adrian's phone, it rings in the attic. And when she gets up there, she starts going through his phone, and she sees the pictures that were taken of her the other night. Then she gets a text from an unknown number saying surprise. So now she's fully aware that Adrian is inside the house, so she gets a paint bucket and throws it down the ladder. Yeah, turns out she wasn't crazy. It was an invisible nigga stalking her. So she tries to go find him by tracking the paint, but then he grabs her neck and starts choking her. Now, I'm not sure why she didn't just stab right in front of her, because obviously he's right there, but she didn't. And then he starts really doing her bad all over the house. But she eventually runs out the house and away from Adrian. And I just gotta say, I feel so bad for James. His house just got trashed by a woman who he thinks beat his daughter, and now it's broken stuff everywhere and paint on the floor too. I know he's gonna come home mad as hell seeing all this. So Cecilia ended up going to Adrian's house to see if she could find anything. And when she gets there, she finds another invisible suit. But then Adrian enters the house, so she has to go hide. But luckily she manages to get away just in time. Then she goes to meet her sister to tell her about what happened. And when they get to the restaurant to talk, the invisible man makes her sister slice her neck. And then he passes the knife to Cecilia. And this was diabolical work. You gotta be a sick person to do all this. I also don't know how this nigga got here so quick. I know the suit makes you invisible, but I didn't know.
If he died, how is he in the suit? Did he kill himself to get in the suit? I'm so confused. This picture, he faked his death. He like, when this girl leave me, I'm crashing out, bro. He had everything in life. Good job, technology for days. Faked his death to stalk his girlfriend.
It gave you supersonic speed. But all this ended up in her getting arrested and taken to a mental institution. And she was not having it in this facility. She was having a very valid crash out on all of these people. But they ended up sedating her, and turns out her doctor found out she was pregnant this whole time. And also, since she got arrested, the $5 million is no longer hers. And this might honestly be the most disturbing part of this movie, because I hate losing money. If I lose $20, I'm mad. I'd be foaming at the mouth if I lost out on $5 million because some invisible man keeps rage baiting me every day. But then she meets with Tom again, and he tells her the money can be hers if she does two things. One, she has to have the baby, and two, she has to get back with Adrian. So now we see that not only is Adrian definitely alive, but Cecilia thinks his brother is also working with him too. But now it's time for Cecilia to get in her bag for real. Because while she's in the mental facility, she comes up with the plan to cut herself so that Adrian will reveal himself and stop her.
Got him.
We fucking got him.
And this is where she really starts working his ass. I was watching
You
like
been in
Lex
the
Luthor
cell
was
with
watching
her?
Superman get beat up. But just when we thought he was dead, he stands right back up, tases the police officer, knocks out this officer, knocks out this officer, and this officer got done so bad. This officer pulls out his gun and Adrian makes him shoot his own knee. Yeah, at this point, this suit is definitely the Black Panther suit, because he should not be able to do all this and be this durable. So now Cecilia has to
didn't he
chase
get
Adrian
stabbed a
because
few
all the
times?
cops got sent back to the lobby. But when he catches her, he tells her that he's gonna go kill Sydney and James to further rage bait her. So he goes to James' house. Before he could get Sydney, Cecilia pulls up and gets to shooting his ass. And when she goes to pull the suit out, it turns out it wasn't Adrian, but it was his brother Tom. So now with all this happening, the FBI pulls up to Adrian's crib, and he's there tied up, acting like his brother is the one who did all this. So James tells her what happened and that Adrian's brother Tom did all this. But she's not buying any of this. She knows Adrian did all of this. She just can't prove it yet. So she calls Adrian so they can meet up. And she has James listen in on the convo as they're talking. And she tells him that she will be with him if he admits to being the Invisible Man. But he says it was all Tom. But then he says something that triggered her.
Surprise.
Cause this was the same text message she got when she caught his phone in the attic. So she goes back to her hiding spot that she went to the first time she came here, puts on the invisible suit, and makes Adrian take himself out, just like how he did her sister. Then she leaves and the movie is over. And I personally think this was a wonderful get back story. I was very, very happy with the ending and very happy that both of them niggas got slimed out. But the reason this movie was so disturbing to me is because I feel like the suit in this movie is rapidly becoming a possibility. Because we've been getting a lot of AI advancements and a lot of tech upgrades within the world. So I feel like this suit is definitely in the near future. Hopefully I'm dead by the time this suit is available, because I do not want to find out what type of things people are going to be doing while they're invisible. And if this does happen and I catch any type of invisible nigga in my crib, I'm taking the entire block out.
Everybody get down, son!
But yeah, that's it for the movies I wanted to talk about. Hopefully y'all weren't too disturbed. I know I was. And let me know a movie that disturbed y'all in the comments. Also, last month I asked y'all to send me some movies that were awful.
Yo, bro, I almost fell asleep watching that shit, dog.
Oh!
Man. What the hell? It was that Invisible Man one. What's a disturbing movie to me? Human Centipede. I think it's called Centipede. Where this doctor finds these group of people in his Airbnb. And he sews them all together. He sews their mouths to their buttholes. Centipede. Human Centipede, I think it's called. I've never seen it. I seen another video like this. All disturbing movies, bro. Sick stuff going on. Like the video, subscribe to the channel.